We're glad you joined us today on The Final Takeaway. Here we dive deep into current events as well as social, cultural, political, economic, geopolitical, and legal issues affecting people like you. Our content seeks to encourage critical thinking and informed discussions on topics important to the public. Follow us on Facebook, subscribe to stay connected, and turn on YouTube notifications for this channel to get notified of all future content. See all links below our videos and links to reading resources. Today, Essequibo has a governor. President Nicolas Maduro proudly announced on the evening of an unprecedented election held in Venezuela for the disputed Essequibo region located in Guyana. The governor is Neil Villamizar, a candidate of Maduro's United Social Party. Villamizar was elected on Sunday, May 25, 2025, during an election for lawmakers and a governor for Essequibo. Reports out of Caracas state that Villamizar received 4,720 votes, officially making him the first governor of the newly created Venezuelan state called Guyanaesequiba. Based on local election results report, voter turnout in the tiny constituency named Guyanaesequiba was about 32%, with Villamizar receiving almost all the votes. Venezuela created the Guyana-Essequiba state in 2024 after holding a referendum to secure support and later passing the organic law in defense of Essequiba. Questions and speculations ran wild, as many expected physical polling station to be set up in Essequibo. The Guyana Defense Force has also been in a state of preparedness to defend its territory. Instead, voting was confined to a small specially created district of 21,403 voters in a Venezuelan state called Bolivar, uncomfortably near Guyana's border. Speaking with pride and referring to the new governor, Maduro announced, quote, "He will have full support for his work because the people of Essequibo earned it, so that the people of Essequibo have all the rights as the people of Venezuela." We are informed the town of Tumarimo in the southeastern part of Bolivar will serve as the provisional capital of the so-called Guyana-Essequiba state. We are informed that the governor, Villamizar, a Navy commander, will hold symbolic rather than actual power over the territory. He nevertheless sees this as a step toward total sovereignty of Essequibo, adding that, quote, "We are focused on this task to achieve through peaceful means the recovery of the full sovereignty of Guyana-Essequiba in peace with harmony through diplomacy." And let's not forget that all of this is happening as Guyana continues to reassert and reaffirm sovereignty over the 62,000 square mile region. In fact, one could say that this was a proverbial slap in the face on the eve of Guyana's 59th anniversary as an independent and sovereign nation. Guyana's president, Irfan Ali, promises to do everything to protect the country's territorial integrity and sovereignty. One day before the elections, Ali declared, "All of Essequibo belongs to Guyana now and forever."
There is only one truth, and that truth is that Essequibo belongs to Guyana.
The U.S. Department of State, Bureau of Western Hemisphere Affairs, called it a, quote, "sham election," posting a day before on the X platform. The Bureau said, quote, "The United States rejects all attempts by Nicolas Maduro and his illegitimate regime to undermine Guyana's territorial integrity, including this latest sham election in the Essequibo region." President Maduro has always been dismissive about Guyana's sovereignty over Essequibo. After casting his vote on Sunday, Maduro said President Ali will have to accept Venezuela's sovereignty over the region. Maduro has maintained that Venezuela is on a recovery mission when it comes to the territory. And by that he means recovering Essequibo after it was wrongly passed to what was then British Guyana. But that's how Maduro sees it. Guyana sees it differently. The world sees it differently. The International Court of Justice sees it differently. Essequibo is a territory sharing a border with Venezuela to the west. It has been under the sovereign control of Guyana since 1899. Venezuela claims rights to the area, which makes up almost 70% of Guyana's land mass. There has been a long-standing disagreement over who has sovereign rights and control of the region. However, Guyanese and international onlookers can't help but notice that efforts to annex the territory intensified under the Maduro regime. Maduro ramped up his unsubstantiated claims, particularly following the discovery of multiple lucrative oil reserves off the Essequibo shoreline. A consortium led by U.S. oil giant ExxonMobil is currently producing oil and gas from a major oil basin called the Stabroek Block. Current production is estimated at 650,000 barrels of oil per day, with an expected increase of 900,000 barrels per day by the end of the year. Oil revenue from 2019 to January 2025 is in the billions of dollars for ExxonMobil and its partners Hess and CNOOC. Guyana's revenue and royalties also total billions of US dollars. The massive offshore oil discoveries placed Guyana as a significant oil producer in the global market. But let me ask you this. What do you think is driving Venezuela to take over Essequibo? Do you think there will be huge backlash? Do you think the Bolivarian Republic made a huge mistake by holding an election for a territory located in and under the internationally recognized jurisdiction of Guyana?
Guyana heart is beating with Essequibo, and Essequibo is all of Guyana, and Guyana heart is going to beat with every single square inch of our country.
Share your views in the comment section. Sunday's election threatens to attract a scolding from the International Court of Justice and nations around the world supporting Guyana's sovereignty over Essequibo. On May 1, 2025, the International Court of Justice warned Venezuela to, quote, refrain from conducting the election. The move will likely be taken as a violation of the court's ruling. More significantly, Venezuela may also be in violation of a previous ruling by the same court. On December 1, 2023, the same court warned both Venezuela and Guyana to refrain from any action that can aggravate the dispute over the Guyana-Venezuela border or make it more difficult to resolve. The world is watching and waiting to see how the court will respond to the latest development regarding Essequibo. If you watched the video all the way here, let me know so I can give you a thumbs up in the comment section. Remember to turn on YouTube notifications for this channel to receive instant updates for future videos. We'd love to get your take on the election for the so-called Guyana Essequiba state. Thanks for stopping by. Stay safe.